I will be discussing unit. What we are going to discuss in this unit? In this unit we will be discussing what poverty estimation. Then we'll proceed with vulnerable groups. Now first we will discuss what poverty estimation. Here we will discuss about some of the data related to poverty. Okay. What happened? What information is given according to your NCERT book, that there is a substantial decline in poverty. I have already discussed in the previous all videos that poverty ratio is what? It is declining. In India, from about 45% in 1993 to 37.2% in 2004 and 5. So the proportion of people below poverty line further came down to about 22% in 2011 to 12. If the trend continues, people below poverty line may come down to less than 20% in the next few years. Although the percentage of people living under poverty declined in the earlier two decades, that is in 1973 and 1993, the number of poor declined from 407 million in 2004 to 5 to 270 million in 2011 to 12, with an average annual decline of 2.2 percentage points during 2004 and 5 to 2011 and 12. This is the data related to, or this is the estimation of poverty. Okay. So the next part of this unit is vulnerable groups. Okay. So the proportion of people below poverty line is also not same for all social groups and also the economic groups. Means the proportion of people, those who are below poverty line, it is not same for everybody, not same for all social groups, not same for all economic groups, right? So social groups which are most vulnerable. Vulnerable means who are going to be poor. Which are most vulnerable to poverty, what they are called the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. Similarly, this group of people, scheduled caste and scheduled tribe people, they are called the most vulnerable people. Those who could come under the poverty line and come under the social group. So most vulnerability in the social group, who are those group? The social group are called the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. Okay. Similarly, among the economic groups, the most vulnerable groups are the rural agricultural labor households as well as the urban casual labor households. Okay. Both rural and urban casual agricultural laborer households. Right? So, what we have understood, the double disadvantage of being a landless, casual wage labor household in the socially disadvantaged social groups of the scheduled caste or the scheduled tribe population highlights the seriousness of this problem. Some recent studies, what it has been indicated from the recent studies, that except for the scheduled tribe households, all the other three groups, who are those three groups? One is scheduled caste, then rural agricultural laborers and the urban casual labor households. So except who? The scheduled tribe, these all groups, they are increasing their standard of life or standard of living. And most of them, majority of this group of people, they are above poverty line since 1990s. That means the poverty ratio is declining in these social groups as well as economic groups. Apart from these social groups, there is also inequality of incomes within a family. In family maybe there is an inequality of income. So in poor families all suffer, but some women, they suffer more than that. That means more families all suffer, but some suffer more than the others. in one family there is an inequality of what income, and we know that the poor, they suffer a lot. But within the poor family or within the poor community, some group are in in such a way that they also suffer more than that. They suffer more. In some cases, women, elderly people, kindly just remember all this, who are the most in the poor community, who are suffer more. Women, elderly people and female infants are denied equal access to resources available to the family. So women, elderly people, those are oldest people, and female infants, they suffer more than others within the poor family. Got it? The case study of शिवरमन. ठीक है, वो कैसे लाइफ स्पेंड करता था. नाउ लेट्स सी. ठीक है, शिवरमन लिव्स इन अ स्मॉल विलेज near Karur town in Tamil Nadu. Karur is famous for its handloom and polyam fabrics. There are 100 families in the village. Shivraman and cobbler, he was a cobbler by caste, now works as an agricultural laborer for rupees 160 per day. Okay, so by caste he was a cobbler and earns rupees 160 per day. But that's only for 5 to 6 months in a year. Only 5 to 6 months he is occupied or in the work, or he is employed. Rest of the months he is free. So at other times what he does, though he is free, so what he does odd jobs in the town. His wife Shashikala too works with him. उसके साथ उसका वाइफ भी काम करते थे. But she can rarely find work these days. लेकिन उसको हमेशा काम नहीं मिलता था. And even if she does, she is paid rupees 100 per day for the same work that Shivaraman does. What Shivaraman does, the same work also done by his wife, but she is only paid for that work, that is rupees 100. There are 8 members in the family, and Shivaraman's 65-year-old widowed mother is ill. Okay, and needs to be helped with her daily household works. He has a 25-year-old unmarried sister and 4 children aged between 1 year to 16 years. ठीक है, 3 of them are girls and the youngest is a son. None of the girls go to school. कोई भी स्कूल नहीं जाती थी. Buying books and other things for school going girls is a luxury. उनके लिए ये luxury, आजकल तो ये necessity हो गया है. Going school is a necessity in nowadays, but that time for Shivaraman it is called luxury. Buying books, copies. Nowadays the not having the laptop is called the necessary. Laptop, having the laptop is called the essential things. Okay, so in that time Shivaraman, how he spent his life, none of his children go to school because of lack of money. None of these girls go to school. Buying books and other things for school going girls is a luxury, and he cannot afford. And also he has to get them married at some point of time, so he doesn't want to spend on their education now. Ultimately the girls should get married in future. So by thinking that, what he decided, why to waste the money on their education, because in future they are going to marry and they will go to some other house. Why will spend money on them? It is a wastage of money. Okay. Moreover, he thought in this way. One, he doesn't have enough money to spend on the education of the children, particularly the girl children. And later what he thought also, he have a different opinion that in future they'll go to other's house after the marriage. Then why to spend the money? His mother has lost interest in life and is just waiting to die someday. His sister and elder daughter take care of the household. Sivaraman plans to send his son to school when he comes of age. Okay? Girls were not allowed to go to school. Son, he is allowed to go to school, but जब उसका age होगा. His unmarried sister does not get along with his wife. Shashikala finds her a burden, but Sivaraman can't find a suitable groom due to lack of money. Although the family has difficulty in arranging 2 meals a day, so Sivaraman manages to buy milk once in a while, but only for his son. 2 meals, it is very difficult to get in one day, and if he is getting the milk, only milk will be given to his son, not for all. This is the lifestyle of Sivaraman. So here in this case study or the story, what did you understand? What we found some of the issues, some of the valid points here. Number 1, that is the discrimination, boys and social discrimination. Girls, they are not allowed to go to school, and the boys, they are allowed to go to school. Then lack of money. Then family pressure. Family pressure में उसका मम्मी भी रहती थी, then elder son भी रहती थी, sister रहती थी. All they were living in one family. Income was very meager, right? So in this way, lot of problems Sivaraman faced. Okay? So due to this, family income was very poor. That is why they were all not able to get per day meal of 2 meals. They were not able to get it, right? So in this way, Sivaraman spent his life. We basically found here they are under the poverty line. Okay?